Spud, what are you on about?
Well, Jonathan Patton playing his first game today is obviously the number one draft pick. So I had plenty of time on the plane on the way up to JB just to glance my eye over all the number one draft picks since 1986 to now with Jonathan Patton.
Yes.
And there's been some absolute superstars being picked at number one. It doesn't guarantee you success.
No.
So I'm not sure whether you want to throw this open to the callers, but...
What do you want to do?
Well, I've sort of come up with a top five.
As in the best five and the worst five. Is that what
Best
you're thinking
five and the worst five draft picks in the comp.
Number one draft picks.
Well, the number one draft picks.
Gary's
Now,
got his headset off.
I cannot split.
He can't. He needs to put it back on.
No, he doesn't have to. He's looking at me saying, well, I'm just...
Look at him. He's cracked. Can't help it.
I had an All-Australian team picked. I spent all morning we go up at 6 until 12 o'clock picking the team, and now I've got the flick for Spud's topic.
Well, I like this topic because there's
now they're off again.
there's some absolute superstars involved in this.
He'll come back though, mate.
Because you got Nick Rewalt, you got Brendan Goddard,
Of course.
Luke Hodge, you know, All-Australian captain, Norm Smith medalist.
Hey, don't worry. There's Bryce Gibbs, Mark Murphy, Adam Cooney.
Matthew Cruiser.
Oh, yeah.
Brett
Here
Deledio
he comes.
playing today.
Macabannick.
Yeah, exactly right. And down the other end of the list, it's fair to say early 80s.
There's another end.
Well, there is.
Oh.
Martin Leslie was...
He was a
He was a good
It was
player.
a mature age, though, wasn't he?
Yeah,
when he
mature
first...
age.
Good player.
Richard Launder for the Tigers in 1987. Leading player manager, Alex McDonald, 1988.
Didn't quite get the job done there, Alex.
Big Hoops from Geelong, 1990. Grenade Head, Donatello Head, John Hutton.
Oh, Johnny
Hutton from
Went up
Perth.
to Claremont. Went up to the Brisbane
Brisbane
Bears.
Bears.
A couple of misses, hasn't there?
And the other point I looked at it, Gaz, out of these
I'm warming to it.
24 number one draft picks since the draft's been in, how many premiership players?
Well, I know that Drew Banfield won a premiership.
That's one.
Des Headland.
Desi Headland is two.
And Luke Hodge.
Luke Hodge is three. So
What about Brownlows? Any Brownlowers amongst the number one draft picks?
Adam Cooney,
Yep,
and that is it.
that's all.
Nick Rewalt for mine. So the top five that I come up with.
Oh, hello.
Oh, he's got one.
He's got his prepared a five.
Go start at the fifth best number one draft pick, please.
The fifth best.
Oh, you only had three.
No, I've got three at the moment.
Oh, come on, Spud.
No, I'll have to go with... See, it's hard to... No, listen.
Come on.
Listen,
It's
mate,
hard
you
to
prepared
judge.
two things for today's show,
Don't-
and the first one went
well,
down like a bomb. So
if you-
get this one right.
Here's my top five, but I've only got three.
Shut up, Dana. It's
Come
very
on.
hard to judge at this stage Matthew Cruiser, Jack Watch, Tom Scully, David Swallow
Oh,
and
yeah,
Patton because...
there's
I
Number
think you've got-
5.
No, you couldn't.
You couldn't.
Well, give us your number.
No,
Give us your top
What's your
five.
five?
He's gone for the list, Spud.
I have gone four.
Oh,
I've
this would be good.
Well, I know you'd have to have Adam Cooney if he's won
got
a
him in the
Brownlow.
fifth.
Thank you.
got him in the top five, even though he's won the Brownlow.
That wasn't on his sheet.
No, it was.
No,
Now I have to get the rubber onto that one.
Number 4. I'll be interested to see who you're going for number 4.
Well, this is a tough one. I've got Deledio who's playing out here today,
Oh, no.
or Mark Murphy.
Who's been a better player out of those two?
Well, hang on, does that mean that whoever
No,
misses out on the top
Yeah,
three?
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though you've already put
I've
number
already
5
got
in.
the top three. My top three, they're my top three. So,
I'll go Mark Murphy then.
well, I'm going to go Deledio because I don't like because you're laughing at my list.
So
Now,
your top
this is
five number one picks have gone Cooney at 5, Delidio at 4,
And Murphy's out.
and Murphy's out.
Murphy's
'cause he
out.
don't
Why?
like Damo.
Well, Cooney needs to get in because he's won a Brownlow. So this is where it gets extremely tough. I've got
three.
the three now. I'm not going to put him in order at this stage.
Hang
No
on,
order.
you do need to
You got to order him.
I might need some help from.
No, you put your pills on the line, son.
Got to order him, Spud.
This is your
Number
talk
3.
topic.
Did
I've
it-
got an
Okay.
All-Australian team. I'm not just going to throw up a
My
squad.
number 3 is Brendan Goddard.
Each.
I think he's been a little bit flat this year with his form, but over the journey, I think he's been very, very good, Damo. I think in those grand finals, he was probably the most consistent player. Number 2, and this one really, well, it was a toss of the coin in the end. I've gone for the Colac Flyer, number 2. Norm Smith medalist. Luke Hodge, Colac, he's been All-Australian captain. I think he's been All-Australian 4
The
times.
second best number 1 pick of all time.
The next guy has got the club record, and we talked about a guy a minute ago inducted into the Hall of Fame. This guy's won 5 club best and fairest already. He's been All-Australian captain. I think he's been All-Australian 5 and 6 times. I'd give it to Nick Riewoldt as the best number 1 draft pick out of that list. And you know you've got Cruiser still to play, Watts, Scully, Swallow, and Jonathan Patton. But the Hodge Riewoldt, you could argue that one over the drip tray for about a week, I would have thought. And as much as it pains me, because I love Hodgie, I just think Riewoldt being the centre half forward, the go-to player under pressure, has been the best number 1 draft pick.
That's good, Danny. Well done.
The other ones.
Well, I haven't finished.
Oh, they haven't finished. Right, see.
So because you've got no input into this, you little...
No, it's really good.
Brendan Goddard yet to win a best and fairest.
Yeah, I just had him there because he's just... I think he's been a victim of his own style of play. If he was able to play in one position, I think you find he would have.
All right.
Anyway, that's only my list.
And now you're giving us your worst 5.
Yep. Well,
Who's the 5th worst?
Richard Launder.
Yep.
I believe.
Poor old Rich.
I believe he kicked 4 goals in his first
He
game.
did. I think you're right.
And
Centrals.
spent a lot of time just on the couch, they tell me.
Yeah, look, his diet wasn't one of his greatest.
Did you
attributes.
coach him?
Oh, come on.
1987, he came to Richmond.
1987.
Sorry.
I was 22.
Yes.
It's good to see him jump on board.
No, I'm with you, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Come
you're
on.
right
No,
behind
it's
me.
good.
Number
It's a good
4.
list.
Big Hoops. Stephen Hooper at Geelong.
Yeah. Did you play on him?
Yeah, he was
From East Perth.
He was a crab.
An hour later, hoops.
A crab.
poor
I won
old
18 best and fairest for a player than him. The
third worst number 1 in the draft.
Well, look, he was a man-child. He started shaving when he was about sort of 11 or 12.
Coach this bloke?
No, I was 24. Maccabannick, Anthony Bannick.
Oh, poor old Ron.
Yep.
Ron.
Ron. Yeah.
Yep. And Grenade Head, John Hutton, number 2.
He could play a bit.
He could
7 or 8
play,
in a
John
game.
He's
Hutton.
harsh on him.
Who's the worst number 1 draft pick?
He's way too
The
high.
worst number 1 of all time.
I've actually done this the wrong way.
Oh, no, Spud.
Richard Lander was
See what happens when I take
Are we dealing?
take their headset off
No.
and don't get involved, and it just goes.
Have a break, mate. No, go and have a
Here's my
break.
top 5.
This is just
Martin
stinking it up.
Leslie, 5.
You've only got 4, though.
Martin Leslie.
John Hutton,
Well,
2.
I hope
Anthony
he's
Bannick,
listening.
3. Stephen Hooper, 4. And the worst one, number 1 draft pick, Richard Launder. I had
You
it the
did
wrong
it
one.
in reverse order.
I did. I butchered that, didn't I?
Cracker from Altona just tweeted in, please stop Spud from talking.
Please don't let Spud fly up on his own ever again.
Do you reckon that was better than your Happy Gilmore thing?
No, I think I've done well there.
No, I like your Happy Gilmore.
I like
I did too.
Let's
well,
get
any
we
arguments
need
with
to-
Riewoldt.
Lots of tweeting coming through here.
Well, it's Leslie, Hutton, Bannick, Hooper, Launder, and my top 5 is Cooney, Deledio, Goddard, Hodge, and Riewoldt.
Joey, need to give Spud 3 votes for the worst on
Joey.
JL93, what a segment, Spud. Worst I've heard all year. Scott Santi gets Spud a mirror. He needs to take a long, hard look at himself.
Bud,
Not up to scratch today, bringing the team down.
you started so well with a nice pre-produced piece, and you've let yourself go.